Hey everyone, so this is another quick tips video. So I had loads of people asking for more tutorials, so I asked you guys what you want to see next, and I got a massive list to get through. I thought I'd start with some of the simpler ones, just so we can get used to it. And this one is gemstones and eye lenses. So a few people asked for that, so I thought I'd start there. I'm going to show you how to do some eye lenses on a Space Marine, because everyone paints Space Marines, and then some gemstones just on this Eldar weapon here. There's a couple of gemstones, so we'll do a few different colours and you can see how that works as well. So I'll start off with the gemstones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my palette to the side so the camera doesn't focus on it because it keeps messing up. So we'll start here. So I'm going to do a purple gemstone, a cool blue gemstone, and I'll try a red one as well so you can see that because they're quite popular colours. So with the cool blue one and the purple one, I'm going to start off with Cantor blue with both of those. So we'll do this middle one here. This one can be the cool blue one. So starting near the top, drawing the paint down towards the bottom. So the paint is collecting at the bottom, and you draw your brush off there as well. So that's where the paint will be concentrated. So this one can be the blue one. This one we'll do down here. We'll do this one, the purple one, a hot pink one. Doing the same. This is about a 50-50 mix. So where I release the brush is where I want the intense colour to be. So towards the bottom. Now the top one's dry, so we can go back onto that one now, a little bit further down. So the blue becomes more intense towards the bottom. Releasing the brush at the bottom. And then we'll do the same with the bottom one, because that's dry now as well. Just a little bit further down, leaving the black at the top. So we want the gemstone to feel like it's translucent. So we're going to give the illusion of just a 3D gemstone made out of glass. So that's that. And then whilst that's drying, we'll just quickly start with the red one. So the red's obviously black. Every time you do a gemstone, paint it black first. Always black. So we get some corn red. And we'll do this top one. So same thing. Starting with dark red at the top. Leaving a touch of black in the corner. Drawing the brush down. We'll add a bit of water to that and do that again. It dries quite quickly, so you're okay. Very thin. Couple of coats. Yep. So they're drying okay. So now we'll go back onto the cool one. So we did Cantor blue. And now we're going to go on to Sotek green. So this is a 50-50 mix as well. Just take some of that paint off. So this is very thinly putting it on. Leaving the blue and the black at the top, pouring the brush off towards the bottom. Like so. Whilst that's drying, we'll go on to some Screamer Pink at the bottom. So leaving the blue. So we're changing the hue of this, so it's going black to blue to pink, and it'll give it a nice feel. So that top one's dry, so we'll go back onto that. A bit more Sotek. Further down. Following the arch of the bottom of the gemstone. So you can take it up the sides just a touch. And then we'll go back onto that bottom one as well. Just doing the same, up the sides. On the bottom, you should start seeing that effect now. So we did corn red for the red gemstone. We'll go a bit of Mephiston red next for that. So exactly the same thing. Drawing the paints off at the bottom. So where it's going to be more intense. We'll do that again. Make that red nice and strong at the bottom. Just there. Back onto the blue now. Temple Guard blue, the next one. Obviously you can do these with any colours, I'm just showing you a few different ones. So back with the blue. You see this is quite thin. It's always better to keep your paint thin because you can always add to it. Drawing it off at the bottom. Then on the pink one, we're going to go with some pink horror. Going to thin that down. Just collecting there. And with the Temple Guard blue again back on there. So this is very thin now, just getting those transitions nice. And back with the pink horror again. Make this even thinner. Now I'll start highlighting now towards the bottom left of the gem. Because what I like to do is I like to have the light collect on the bottom left and then do the little dot highlights in the corner. So you'll see that as we go through. Now with the red, a little bit of Wild Rider red in the corner, the bottom corner, sorry. I think that Temple Guard blue could do with a little bit more blending. So just keep going until you're happy with how it's looking. But the trick is to leave some of the previous colours showing so there's a nice transition through. So it looks like the light's hitting the waystone and collecting at the bottom, showing the natural colour of the glass. And then we'll get a bit more orange up there as well. And again, I'm not entirely happy with the Temple Guard blue there, so I'm going to go back over that again. Concentrating on the bottom left. Okay, so we'll keep going. Baharov blue, if that's how you say it. So even lighter and even thinner now. In a smaller area. And we'll take that up the sides as well. You can see how it's rolling up the side of the gem. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix in a touch of blue horror in with Screamer Pink for that highlight, because we've got blue in the shading on that pink gem, blue in the highlighting will give it a nice harmony. So I'm just mixing that now on the wet palette. And then we're going to go in and do the same thing, just along the bottom edge, nice and thin. You can see how that's looking now. And then we'll jump onto that red one again. This time I'm just using Troll Slayer Orange. So when you're painting any models, try not to use too many colours for your gemstones, because it'll start confusing the miniature. So for example, on my Eldar, I'll only ever use this blue one and these pink ones together on a model, because the blue is in the pink and we're highlighting both of them with blue horror. It doesn't destroy the harmony of the miniature. So don't think, oh, you've got to use all the colours in the rainbow. Just pick a couple and stick with that. Pick a couple that complement each other as well. There we go, we've done the same with the orange there. Now on that blue one, I'm going to use blue horror. So I like doing gemstones in secondary and tertiary colours rather than primary colours, because you normally find that you use your primary colours on your model. So blue horror just on the bottom now. Yeah. And then the same blue horror on the hot pink gem at the bottom. Just that. Then I'm going to go onto the red and use some Luganeth orange, which is a lovely highlight colour. This is the best highlight colour for red. If you haven't got it, you should use it. It's a colour that I used to mix a lot, which is a peachy colour. Not a peachy and Duncan colour, but a peachy colour. It's a yellow and white and red mix. So let's get it there. Luganeth orange there. So we're nearly ready for some white now, but what I like to do at this point is probably just do a little bit of glow in the bottom corner. Just to give it a glint. So with some very, very thin paint, so this is Blue Horror super thin, I'll just put my brush on, circular motion, and pull away. Same with here. Bottom left, put my brush on, circular motion, draw it off. Back onto the blue, brush on, circular motion, draw it off. Back onto the pink, draw it off. And I'm going to go back up here, do the same. So we're just dotting with very thin paint now. And I don't know if you can pick it up on there, but you can see there's a slight orb now in that corner. Again. Again. I'll just pop a bit of white in with Garth Orange just to do the same for the red. Just a small amount, it's only a small gem. Okay, so the last thing to do for the gems is to add the white. So the first thing I'll do is I'll add just a touch of white on the bottom of the gems. So I'll be turning them upside down for this. This is a lot easier. So, the purple. Just a small amount. Same with the blue. Just a tiny amount, just in the corner. And then I'll do the same with the red. So we've got the white at the bottom there. And the last thing you do with the gems is some people do just a single dot, which is fine if you've got small gems like these ones, just a single white dot in the corner. That'll do it. But if you've got bigger gems like this, I like to do two things. I like to do a dot, so I'll show you on the big one. The dot at the top here, because that always feels a bit empty when I do that. I'll do a line starting at the top. I'll just run it down the side, and it'll give it a little bit more shape at the top, and that'll help. And I'll do the same with the pink one. A dot first, and then a line, just for a bit of shape. And I think that looks nice. And the last one's the red one. Just that. So they look quite nice. And what you can do is when you've done that, I'll just show you really quick, is because paints have got different qualities, you'll sometimes find that some will be shinier, some will be more matte. So it's a nice thing to do, is just get some medium, could be Lamy medium, this is what I'm using here. And what it'll do is it'll give the whole surface of the gem the same finish. So that'll help as well. So I'll just paint that over the whole gem to pull all of those colours together. Once it's dry, it'll have the same finish. Now I used to gloss my gems as well when I used to paint them, and that looks quite nice as well, but it seemed a bit weird painting gloss over an effect that you're trying to make glossy, but it does look nice in some circumstances. So I won't do that now, but you can see now that the laminate medium's drying, it's making that colour a little bit more intense, and they look quite nice as well. So that's how I do gems. So hopefully you can give that a go yourself and you find it useful. Try some different colours, but obviously, like I said, don't use too many on one miniature. That's my advice anyway. Now, Space Marine head is pretty much the same thing, but with a lot more brush control. So we'll do a red lens and we'll see how it goes. So starting dark, working to light again. So I've just undercoated this model black. So using corn red, leaving black in the corner, drawing it towards the centre or the front of the helmet. So we've got black towards this edge, lighter colour towards this side. Now this is Mephiston red, trying to leave some of the black and the corn red in there now, drawing it off towards the front of the face of the helmet. We'll go over that again to make it a bit more intense. Wild Rider red. Again towards the front. And now concentrating at the bottom of the lens. Fire Dragon. Nope, Troll Slayer orange, sorry. Getting my paints mixed up. A bit brighter towards the front and the bottom, drawing a line along the bottom of the lens. This takes practice to get this accurate, so just keep practicing with it, you'll get better. Then Luganeth orange. This has got to be as fine as you can get it now. So hold your breath. You'll see that I've just made a mistake, so I'm just going to draw that off. If you're quick, you can catch mistakes like that. We'll start again. Right towards the front, so hopefully you're picking that up. So we've done the same thing, basically a very tiny gemstone in the shape of an eye, and then we're just going to do a white dot here. Now this is the bit that you don't want to mess up, so drum roll please. One white dot in the corner of his eye. Just there. So that is an eye lens. Another time I'll come back and I'll show you how to do glowing eye lenses and glowing effects and things like that as well. So we've got eye lenses and we've got gemstones. So that was today's one. So hopefully you found it useful. And so I've got loads to get through. I appreciate you guys leaving comments. Let me know what you think. Hopefully the camera's a little bit better. And yeah, so have a go. And if you do have a go, show me your results. Cheers. Bye.